Hello and welcome to how eBay will back a buyer that would rather lie than a seller who actually has 100% feedback for a good item. And this isn't bullying on Facebook or YouTube, because I'm just going to prove, as long as the item which I have just signed for about 10 minutes ago, which if anybody fancies they can probably look at that number and see when it was signed for. It was about 6:08 at Chip Lane Post Office, or the main sorting office, and then now it's 6:21, which is the time it took me to get home. Right, that's the item. So, I'm actually in eBay at the moment, as you can see. Hopefully, I'm going to have to zoom out a bit. I think that's about as good as I can get. Right, so I'm going to go through this, hopefully. It ain't too long. Right. Where are we? Right, sold 6. I've deleted the ones that I've got 100% feedback from, and I was still getting feedback after. Oh, look, there's a message. Right, okay. Now here, $6 million amount. Right. The battery's going a bit, so hopefully it'll last. I'm not quite sure. I'm going to have to plug the mains adapter in, I think. But here we have the item that should be the one that's sent back. That's the photo that was uploaded. And there is the photo that I took for it. So we're going to have a look to see whether or not eBay's resolution decision on the buyer being right, and wanting a full refund about how rubbish this figure was, and that it was all dirty and there was fade marks all over the clothes and there's lots of wear. We're going to have a look to see whether or not that is actually correct. So I'm trying to find the pause on here because this is a different camera than I'm used to. As you can see, that was only 3 minutes, and that was filming that anyway, so there's no possible way I could possibly unwrap, put something else in and then wrap it all back up again, and you'll be able to see from the time that I actually signed for it, which is about a mile or two away, that I couldn't do it because I was trying to do all of this without an edit in there. Right, so that's the item. Right, so this figure, yeah, is in excellent condition. That's the figure, i.e. the plastic 13-inch figure. There's no paint wear on the hair. He's virtually perfect because the joints are brilliant, they're firm, they will freestand, as you can see in the picture. He has the rubber on his arm. He has the box, which I did say, which is here. The box has some damage, mainly down the sides. The clothes are clean, has the original top with the original badge, original trousers and shoes, and the original socks. Very little wear, and they are not faded and in clean condition now. So this is what he was saying, and decided to wreck my 100% and have his money back based on the decision that eBay made without even seeing the item. So if we go to messages, which is probably why you got to pay him back, because you sold such a rubbish item, supposedly. I don't know. Right, so we'll find out here. Let's see what this says. Right, that was him buying it, so right, item not as described. As soon as he got it, he said it's not as described. I'm simply not happy with the product. The description you gave does not satisfy the actual condition. I would like a refund. Well, what actual condition was that? Well, I've just read it. The figure itself was fine, the clothes were fine, they had a little bit of wear, there's some damage at the box down the sides, but the front and back weren't ripped or faded or anything. So we're just having a quick look. He's virtually perfect, far from it. And don't act as if I was selling it for 30 quid. Well, I only listed it at 30 quid and you would expect to get it higher. Well, no, because I put the price down. So my decision obviously was inaccurate, and I did tell him to go to eBay and they could quite happily look at the item if they really wanted to, but obviously, you know, they're not worried about the seller, you know. So just trying to find, because he does say here somewhere, if I've got it, what's supposedly wrong with it. Oh, and there's a friend who actually is a collector, so there we go. He collects stuff, he knows what's good, he knows what's bad. Right. Right, doesn't matter what I said, the description was incorrect. I want a refund. And then suddenly, you know, the clothes go from being all dark and dirty for then somehow being light and faded. So I don't understand how they go from dark to light that quickly, but you know. So I'm just having a quick look. The item was wrong. Don't care about other auctions and their selling prices. Has nothing to do with the problem. Was not told about the full condition. Well, you know, I listed everything, so I think the full condition was listed. The figure, the clothes, the box, the accessories, everything was listed as it is, and then we will open it up and actually see whether or not it is covered in filth and whether there is huge sort of fade marks and stuff on there. And he repackaged it 5 minutes, but it took him 10 days to send it back, so you know. Have a quick look at the last one. I think it's going to go over 10 minutes, so I have to be quick. Okay. And I did say I have actually looked at the trading standards and whether it covers all the things on there. It was fine. Right. Very faded. In certain areas, very faded. Okay, so this is supposed to be very faded, and it's also supposed to be very dirty. You know, horrifically dirty, and it's going to be very faded.